Hey, I'm Spence Hood, and this is my lyric breakdown for Timothy Petal. One of the most fascinating things to me about growing up is watching the experiences you had as a child happen to younger generations, but in like increasingly strange ways or different ways, right? Because like when I was growing up, maybe my version of heartbreak would have been a girl not replying to a physically handwritten note that I passed during class, which actually happened. But nowadays, it might be a girl not opening your Snap or a girl not replying to your DM or something, which is just like mind-boggling to me. And I'm kind of like peering over the edge and, looking into the lives of younger generations and seeing what love looks like for them. Maybe I don't have any business doing that, but I did it anyway. Daddy, I'm broken. This time it's for real. And my feeds all say, don't be afraid of the way that you feel. So we kick it off with the perspective of like this young girl who I see in my brain as kind of an influencer in her little local area. We'll call her Charlotte for now. And she's like really going through it, right? Daddy, I'm broken. This time it's for real. Everything at that age is like, oh my God, I'm broken. This time. This time I can't get back up. And yeah, I think, I guess the second part of that is like, I kind of realized that for a lot of folks my age and kind of people around my age, you can almost replace the word friends with feeds in a lot of conversation because social media is playing such a shoulder to cry on therapeutic role for so many of us these days. So, wacky world, man. I think I've been chosen by that little rainbow square to teach the girls of the tri-state area that boys, they should be scared of you, crying on bicycles home because they'll never know. So the rainbow square is a reference to the Instagram app icon. Watch them change it here in like a month and then the song is no longer relevant. A lot of these young influencers, let's say they have a couple thousand followers in the tri-state area and their world feels like they're ending and they hop on and with little to no filter and little to no time for them to process what's going on themselves, they can just blast something out, and in like half an hour, maybe 10,000 people have read it and been affected by it. Yeah, scary, cool that we can do that, but spooky, Spooktown. She said, I wish you could stay, but the radiator's broken and you're tired anyway. Hey, 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 I meant to mention that my friends don't know your name, and if it's all the same to you, well, I'd probably rather keep it that way. Freaking every single one of us has been in this situation, probably actually on both sides of the situation, where we've both given ourselves and been given excuses that were just like a little hollow, just a little bit see-through. I wish you could stay, but the radiator's broken. What are you talking about? Like, I'm here to keep you warm. That's doesn't make any sense. And what do you mean you're tired anyway? I'm in your bed. We're in your bed together. Why do you want me to go home? Like, let's just go to sleep. Timothy Petal, just 4 more blocks to go. Rapunzel's in trouble and her roots are starting to show. I wanted to include at least like a little bit of timelessness or something that was generation proof, I guess, some kind of event in this whole saga that I was going down. So here I'm picturing this little kid, Timothy, just booking it down the road at like, 11 p.m. on a school night on his bike because his Rapunzel texted him and said that she wasn't doing so hot. So there's a little timeless beauty in there, I think. Her roots are starting to show me that there's more to life than wondering if there's more to life than this, because there is no reason why. At the end of the day, even though it's a little crazy to me how like in the time it would take to watch a movie, you could set up a website and, start building your entire personal brand and pretending to be something, whether you are that thing or not, online. Even though that's crazy, I do hold out hope that the generation below me and my generation, we will reach an equilibrium in terms of like, how much do we focus on our roots showing and photoshopping that ish out, and how much do we focus on what really matters? She said, I wish you could stay, but the radiator's broken and you're tired anyway. Hey, I meant to mention that my friends don't know your name, and if it's all the same to you, I'd probably rather keep it that way. It's funny, I actually had that chorus written for like 8 months, probably, before I even touched the verse and the bridge. part of me was happy just having like, you know, a 30-second long little song. I would just play that loop over and over. Did you hear about Charlotte? I heard she lost it. She met a poly boy down in Cali with shallow pockets. You know, I will be the first person to stand up and defend technology and say that it is a net good for humanity, even though people are using it in weird, nasty ways sometimes. But the one dang thing that it will never be able to teach you is like face-to-face awkwardness, and like in person you're on a different page with somebody and you have to rise above and get to their level. That kind of social interaction, just no amount of social media or anything will be able to fix. I saw a lot of it when I was working in the Bay Area as a software developer. And it's tricky. I think that whenever you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? Whenever you have Google and a Wi-Fi connection, everything looks Googleable. Hashtag Googleable. And then met a poly boy down in Cali. That's kind of a nod to society's perception of polyamory, but maybe that's a discussion for another video. He cooked her a meal and asked her to kneel down to the altar of Walter White for a night, but her heels were too slight and Achilles couldn't finish the deal. So our lovely Miss Charlotte is being referred to as Achilles here, and frankly it's about her suffering from a meth overdose, which is not material I'm used to writing about, but after trying out a lot of different things, I kind of knew that I wanted to take things to a more real, in-your-face moment at this point in the song. And it was, I swear, it was one of these moments, man, where like my existence rebooted for a minute, and whenever I came back to, I looked down, and those were the words staring back up at me from the page. And at this point, you just know not to ignore moments like that. You know, that's really where the meat lives. So, yeah, stay safe, young people. Get those street smarts. She said that the radiator's broken and you're tired anyway. Hey, 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 I meant to mention that my friends don't know your name. And if it's all the same to you, if it's all the same to you, if it's all the same to you, I'd probably rather keep it that way. And if it's all the same to you, I'd probably rather keep it that way. It's like a little cold at face value, I know, that she doesn't want to tell her friends about this guy. But I do think there's kind of some sweetness in it. And I know I'm apologetic for all kinds of people, but I think there's something to be said maybe for like keeping something between two people and not bothering others with it and not bothering it with other people. Because at the end of the day, I am 1000% a supporter of people loving however the heck they want to love, man. If it's poly, if it's monogamy, if it's something in between, as long as you're loving, the rest is going to fall in place. And do it however feels good. Don't do it how mom and pop taught you, or, you know, the girls in the tri-state area teach you. And you're tired anyway.